folks, this is Blake with Rainwater Management Solutions again. We're continuing our discussion on the installation of the Roth 1060 or 1500 gallon tanks. In our previous episode, we showed you how to install the smoothing inlet and pipe and the multi-siphon overflow device and the pipe. From there, you can see too on this one now we've installed our risers. The risers are approximately 12 inches of height for each one, and they are stackable. So based on how deep you are below grade, you can add multiple ones to get the height that you need. They do require between them that you install a gasket. The lid comes with one, but for each riser that you install, you'll need to install an additional gasket to make sure that you get a good seal so you don't get any pollutants in your water. Once you've got your risers in place, now's a good time to go ahead and install your pump. One of our favorites and bests that we offer is the Grundfos SBA. It's a submersible pump that works really well for this application. Has one inch inlet and outlet. So ideally you want it to sit on the bottom of the tank, flush and level. And from there you're going to plumb it out with Schedule at 40 PVC pipe. Pro tip, when you get closer to the top, we highly recommend that you install a union. A union threads together and has a seal. And by installing this, it allows you to take it apart in case you do have to service it or pull it out of the tank for some reason. So we recommend that this is inserted somewhere within reach of the top of the riser column. Once you've plumbed your Schedule 40 pipe out and through your union, you'll have to come through the wall of the riser. And you'll notice that the riser has flat locations on 4 sides of it. So what we're going to do there is we need to install a bulkhead to get our 1-inch pipe out. This is a 1-inch bulkhead, and to cut the hole for it, we're going to use a 2 3/8 inch hole saw. If you're installing other sizes for your electrical wires, things like that, you can figure out the right hole saw size once again by making sure that it just barely fits or doesn't quite fit over the threads. You want it tight, you don't want to make too large of a hole, but in this application 2 3/8 is going to work nicely for what we're doing. Once you drill that hole on the side that you need it coming out, and you want to make sure that it's pointed in the direction that you're headed, obviously. But you cut that, you're going to install your bulkhead. Now bulkheads are reverse threaded, so lefty loosey, righty tighty is actually backwards for these. When you install them, you'll notice that there is a rubber gasket. Typically you want that rubber gasket on the inside. Once you poke that through your hole, you take the ring and you thread it back on. Once again, it's backwards from what you're used to. And once you get it on there, secure it with channel locks. Make sure it's nice and tight. Once it's in there, you can take your pipe for the male and connect to the inside, and from the outside another male, and you can take your pipe to its destination. Once you finish running your pipe for the water, the next thing you'll need to do is install your electrical line. The SBA pump and others will often come with a 3-pronged outlet. If your pump comes with a 3-pronged outlet already on it, you'll need to make sure that your bulkhead is large enough to accommodate this. Typically, the 1 1/4 works really well for that. So at one of the other locations on the riser, we'd want to put the 1 1/4 bulkhead on that. From there, we can adapt to either underground PVC for electrical or underground feeder wire, UF cable. The last step in plumbing your underground tank is to install your vent. This will allow the water to flow into it properly and not cause any issues. The gooseneck vent will come cut and ready to glue together. Once you've assembled it and glued it together, You'll need to install another bulkhead, 2 inches in this case, for the vent to exit and penetrate the surface and vent to the outside.